So I'm now going to be looking at my second client, Paul. Paul is a 23-year-old who is 5'10", weighing 8 stone 2, with a BMI of 16, which is classed as underweight, who currently completes exercise almost every day and has good fitness. Paul is on a 0-hour contract, meaning he has limited work, suggesting there is a vast amount of time for him to exercise, meaning that he can attend classes that suit him. However, money could be a potential barrier for the type of exercise he needs to participate in. Paul has a poor diet, meaning he is lacking nutrients, which is needed for strength training. However, drinks a lot of water and has healthy aspects to his diet. Paul rarely drinks alcoholic beverages and does not smoke at all. Looking at Paul's completed PARQ, I can see that he has no physical injuries, however has indicated possible mental health problems regarding eating and food, suggesting possible eating disorders and in particular bulimia, which needs to be considered when planning his training program. Paul has an average resting heart rate of 68 and a maximum heart rate of 197 beats per minute. Main goals. The long-term goals are what Paul wants to achieve within the next year. His main goal is to increase his weight by around a stone, from 8 stone 2 to around 9 stone 4, by increasing muscle mass as well as improving his muscular strength and endurance. Due to the fact that Paul likes participating in exercise every day, not just because of the enjoyment factor, but because it's his stress relief, he doesn't want to cut down his hours. So we need to be looking at changing his type of exercise to focus on improving muscle mass rather than losing weight and cardio. However, due to there clearly being psychological factors as to why he thinks he needs to lose weight, there are still factors of cardio in the program to prevent him becoming stressed and resulting in other coping methods. Paul also wants to improve his confidence as well and begin to feel good within his body by building muscle mass. However, when planning the program, this is something to be cautious of. Paul's medium-term goals are what he wants to achieve by the end of this 6-week program. His first target is to modify his current physical activity by adapting his 5 sessions, making at least 3 resistance-based. This ensures that he doesn't become too fixated on gaining muscle or losing weight, but instead balances it out. His next target is related to his long-term goal, whereby he wants to try and gain 1 pound minimum each week, therefore 6 pounds by the end of this specific training program. This can be measured by weekly weigh-ins to make sure he is reaching each milestone, as well as to see how he's doing psychologically, as this can cause distress and worry, and this needs to be addressed if it does. This means that the program can be adapted at any time throughout the weigh-ins to suit him and his needs. Week 1. So his short-term targets. To start the 6-week program, Paul needs to be able to complete the correct technique of squats as well as bicep curls in order to gain the full effects as well as preventing injuries. On Monday, Paul is going to complete a weight session, focusing on the legs. The exercise he is going to be focusing on is mainly squats. To begin, Paul is going to warm up with a 10-minute cycle before completing the main bulk of the exercise. If he does not want to complete a cycle, Paul can complete a 10-minute higher intensity cross-training exercise or rowing. He is also going to complete some stretches to make sure that the body is ready and prevent muscles from tearing or becoming injured, like the ones shown on the screen. To begin the main bulk of the exercise, Paul is not going to use any external weights, but just his body weight, completing 1 rep of 3 in the front of the mirror with his personal trainer to make sure that the technique is correct and to learn what the correct technique should look like. This will prevent injury and mean that Paul gets the most out of his workouts. Once the technique is learned, Paul is going to complete 5 sets of 5 reps at 75% of his maximum heart rate, which is around 147 beats per minute. Paul can also include 5 kg dumbbells in each hand, meaning squatting 10 kg plus body weight. In between sets, there will be a 1-minute recovery period. After this exercise, to cool down, Paul is going to complete some stretches whereby he is going to complete some developmental stretches, for example, toe touches. This is where you sit on the floor, reaching for your toes and holding it for 20 seconds, and then having 30 seconds rest and repeating it again 3 times. Progress should be seen. At the start of the session, once the technique is learned, Paul is going to partake in the 1 rep max test to see what Paul scores at the start of week 1. We will be doing this by using the squat machine with a bar. On Tuesday, there is a local circuit class that Paul is going to attend at his local leisure centre, which is a mix of cardio-based activities as well as weight training, in order to give some variation. Circuit training is perfect for those trying to improve muscular endurance, which is why it suits Paul. This session duration is 1 hour, meaning that he'll be pushing himself, working at around 65% of his maximum heart rate, which is 128 beats per minute. In addition to the class being for higher abilities, Paul will be able to socialise with people who have similar interests and be kept motivated during the weight-based activities by others surrounding him. A warm-up is needed to be completed thoroughly and correct in order to gain maximum benefits. To properly warm up for a circuit, Paul must perform movements that will stimulate all of the exercises that will later be performed in the circuit, as well as use all the same muscles. Paul must complete the warm-up at a moderate intensity so that he can gradually increase circulation and heart rate, as well as stretch the muscles. Paul must complete dynamic movements such as jumping jacks, jogging, butt kicks and high knees, as well as arm swings and circles, cross-body toe touches and skipping, gradually increasing your warm-up movements until you reach your heart rate you want to maintain during the workout. One thing that Paul needs to be careful of is that he does not train in the heart rate zone of aerobic training, due to the fact that this can cause weight loss. Once the session is finished, Paul needs to complete a cool down for several minutes, walking slowly, twisting the torso side to side and slowly raising and lowering the arms, whilst your heart rate and breathing gets back to normal. After this, he needs to complete some static stretches. On Wednesday, Paul is going to try and restrict completing exercise. This is going to be a challenge, but after a tough workout yesterday, the body needs time to recover, rest and repair. However, if Paul does have a feel to complete exercise, Paul can complete a slow 30-minute walk, working at only around 40% of his maximum heart rate. If Paul wants to complete something at a higher intensity, he must complete it for a shorter duration, but only working at around 60% for 15 minutes. This could be a cycle. On Thursday, Paul will be completing another weight session, but this time focusing on his arms. He will complete a similar warm-up to Monday, instead focusing on the arms. For the main bulk of the exercise, he'll be completing bicep curls with dumbbells. During the session, Paul will be completing 1 arm curls at a time, starting with 5 kg dumbbells on each arm, completing 5 sets of 5 with a couple of seconds recovery in between each set. After that, Paul will be completing another 3 sets of 5 reps with 5 kg dumbbells, curling both arms at the same time. Paul will be working at 75 to 80% effort for both of these. After this exercise, to cool down, Paul is going to complete some stretches, whereby he is going to complete some developmental stretches, for example, the one shown on the screen outlined in red. On Friday, Paul is going to the gym again to complete a cardio session on the treadmill. He will start with a few stretches such as lunges, toe touches, and the hamstring stretch. Then complete a set 25-minute treadmill program, starting walking at 5 kilometers per hour for 5 minutes, and then increase the speed so he is at a comfortable run. This can be checked with the talk test for 15 minutes. After you've completed that run, you will Paul then lower the speed back down to 5 kilometers per hour for another 5 minutes to cool down. After this, Paul must complete some stretches to stretch out the muscles. Saturday is another one of Paul's rest days, but due to him having work in London, he will be walking to and from the station both ends, which totals up to be around 45 minutes. On Sunday, Paul will be partaking in some swimming at the local leisure centre. During the session, Paul will complete a very slow, leisurely swim doing 7 lengths of breaststroke and then having 15 seconds rest. This will then be repeated for 3 times. If Paul isn't feeling confident enough to swim, Paul could complete a brisk 1 mile walk. Week 2. Short-term targets. This week's targets for Paul is to try and reduce the amount of exercise he partakes in during his rest days, as well as trying to be put on 1.5 pounds in weight. On Monday, Paul's going to complete a weight session focusing on legs, same as last week, completing the same warm-up and cool-down of either a cycle, cross-trainer or a row, as this helps to warm up the legs. Starting with 5 kilogram dumbbells on each arm, completing 5 sets of 5 reps, working at around 65% of intensity rather than 75 to 80, which is what he completed last week. On Tuesday, Paul is going to attend a spinning class at the gym, which is a 45-minute session. This will build his confidence as he interacts with others who have similar interests. Spinning is a great cardio for his cardio, and it also helps to build and tone muscles in the legs and in particular the quadriceps. Paul is going to be working about 75% of his maximum heart rate, which is around 147 beats per minute. This could be monitored by Paul wearing a heart rate monitor. Before the session, he's going to complete a slow jog on the treadmill into a run for his warm-up, and followed by some stretches, and then after the session a cool down similar to last week. Wednesday is his rest day, so he can complete a slow leisure walk or cycle and some gentle stretches at home or at the gym, preparing the body for tomorrow's exercise. This session, though, he's not going to be working at a high intensity, only around 40% of his maximum heart rate. Thursday's session is going to be an arm workout, the same warm-up and cool-down as last week. The main bulk of the exercise is going to be 5 reps of 5 sets with 5 kilogram dumbbells on each arm, with 25-second recovery in between each set. Set 3, and then 3 sets of 5 reps with 5 kilograms on each arm again, curling together, taking extra care on the eccentric contraction. On Friday, Paul is going to complete an easy 25-minute run at about 70% of effort, so that he doesn't strain or pull any muscles whilst going for the run. After he has finished the run, he's going to walk around for about 5 minutes to cool down, and then complete some stretches to loosen up the muscles again. On Saturday, this is going to be classed as Paul's second rest day of the week. He will be completing the same thing as last week, walking to and from the station both ways. Sunday, Paul is going to attend a swimming session, again at the gym, completing 5 lengths of front crawl with 20-second recovery in between sets, completing 5 sets in total, focusing on his breathing technique, which he can then use when he's feeling stressed, as well as trying to take his mind off exercising so that he can begin to lose that feeling that he gets of the need to exercise. To finish, Paul is going to complete 10 lengths of breaststroke to cool down. Cool downs in water tend to happen quicker due to the fact water has a cooling characteristics, bringing the body back to pre-exercise state quicker. Week 3. So, short-term targets for this week. This week, Paul is going to try and increase external weight sizes by 2 kilograms to help increase muscle mass further, as his body is now able to use the lighter weights, and therefore no improvement will be made if the external weight is not upped. On Monday is another weight session using the previous warm-up and cool-down, due to the fact he knows that that type of warm-up and cool-down personally works for him and prepares the body correctly, meaning that he doesn't have to worry as much, and and can progress onto the main bulk of the exercise quicker than trying a new warm-up and cool down each session. So to begin with, he's going to do weighted squats. The first one set of 5 reps of 5 kilograms in each hand, just to make sure that the body and the muscles are fully warmed up and to not overwork the muscles and put too much strain on them too quickly. He will then complete 5 sets of 5 reps of 7 kg in each hand, with 30 seconds recovery in between each set. On Tuesday, Paul is going to attend a circuit class at the leisure centre, working at 70 to 80% effort, completing the same warm-up and cool-down as week 1 session. On Wednesday is a rest day. Paul can complete a 20-minute slow walk to and from a coffee shop with his friends from the gym. At the coffee shop, he has to buy something in order for him to be able to participate in this workout. On Thursday, it's going to be another weight session, and this time on the arms, completing the same warm-up and cool-down as the previous weeks. So to begin the session, it's going to be weighted bicep curls, 1 set of 5 reps, 5 kilograms, dumbbells in each arm, followed by 5 minutes recovery to complete stretches to avoid overtraining and cramp. Then weighted bicep curls again, 5 reps of 5 sets, working at 60 to 70% effort, 7 kg in each arms. Sets 1 and 3 are going to be completed in the right arm, sets 2 and 4 in the left, and then the final sets, both arms curling together. On Friday, Paul is going to attend a gym workout on the bike. So the warm-up on the bike on a low speed, and gradually increase the speed to where he feels comfortable and stays there for 20 minutes as the main bulk of the exercise. For cool down, gradually bringing down the speed back to a slow speed, allowing the body to return to pre-exercise state. Saturday is a rest day. Paul is working again, therefore can walk to the station in the morning and from the station to work. But in the evening, he's going to catch a lift from his colleague from work all the way home. This means that Paul is satisfied as he is exercising, yet in moderation, and is slowly reducing the amount he's completing. This will help for him to gain weight and to to reach his medium and long-term goals. On Sunday, Paul is going to attend another swimming at the gym. He's going to complete 5 lengths of front crawl at medium intensity. After this set is completed, he's going to have 15 seconds rest to recover, and then repeat this 4 more times. To finish his workout, he's going to complete 10 lengths of breaststroke to turn the body back to normal. Once home, complete some developmental stretches. Each length of completed is 25 meters.